Well, we talked a lot about how getting things done and how government policy isn't structured right now to actually get things done. Let's look at Detroit, which is what we're hearing, what you guys have done with the $100 million investment over 2.5 years. When you talk about this, when Peter talks about it, when other JPMorgan talks about it, when the mayor talks about it, it's a lot about nonpartisanship. That is what echoes through, is that people coming together and that it not be driven by policy differences between people. How is that working? How did that work here? Was it just that it was in a situation where that could work? And do you actually see that being able to be replicated in the sort of climate we live in on a more national level?
This mayor had this huge set of problems. And it isn't like people say, what's the one thing you're going to focus on? He had to focus on all of them. It doesn't work to do one. He had to get people, he had to get hope back, he had to bring businesses back, he had to build affordable housing, he had to get training, get schools, get the police, the sanitation, the sidewalks, and and with a smile, this man with a smile set up all these things, like we would have done in kind of the war room for the lights, the war room for the sanitation, the war room for constantly tracking it all, and it's working. And it was because of the mayor and the governor too, by the way, one Republican, one a Democrat. And just so you know, I don't give a damn about Democrats, Republicans, okay? That they were talking about what's going to work to make this work for society, and we were all in. But we didn't just come here and throw money at it, which is easy to do. And as you know, philanthropy can often be wasteful. The team came up, and again, it was Peter and the team, and asked, what do you need? So they needed, for example, they had 70,000 blighted homes. They needed to get rid of them, but they didn't even know where they were. And someone came with this idea, I forgot who, and we funded it, to use your iPhones and your iPads to take a picture and geolocate every home you knew. Now 10,000 blighted homes have been shut down. They can plan. He started selling homes he has them on his mobile phone right now. And then, so we wanted to be an accelerant. We wanted to get things moving. So if you can build a building here, get some people into it, that helps the whole community. If you can start entrepreneurs, that helps the whole community. If you can start, so we try to do everything, kind of think of more like venture capital that helps this get going and helps it get growing, working with the governor, the mayor, all the civic unions, the not-for-profits here. There are a lot of things that people here, you do on the ground, we couldn't possibly do. But partnering with you, with our people, we also had our people come. So we've had, I don't know how many people, but we've had 68 people kind of working on projects for 20 not-for-profits that they need help. So we gave them data, analytics, money, advice, consulting, all the things you need to get certain things off the ground. So it's been a fabulous effort, and honestly, without a mayor like this, I think it would be a total waste of time.
The mayor told me today that the 65,000th light is going in tonight, actually.
Yeah.
So, and there's going to be an event, so it's quite an achievement. Why is doing something like this good business? This is a good business issue. We're talking about good business. Why is an initiative like this in Detroit good business for JPMorgan as well as for Detroit?
We are the largest bank in Detroit. Okay, we were a national bank in Detroit, for those who don't know. It was started by General Motors in 1934. In the Depression, most of the banks were closing. General Motors said, we need a bank in Detroit. That bank merged with First Chicago, Bank One, and then which merged with JPMorgan Chase. So here, we are the largest bank in consumer, small business, middle market. We bank all the major institutions, the hospitals, the major companies here, and the government. So it's an important town for us. It's probably one of the only towns in America that really did not have a renaissance in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Most other major cities did. And so this has been a train wreck, which we all knew was coming for about 20 years. Okay, and it shows you the worst part of bad public policy, and you could throw money at it. And unfortunately, it took the train wreck almost to happen to bring in a mayor with a vision and skills and leadership skills to get this done. So once we saw that, well, obviously it's here. We can help the city. It helps our business, stuff like that. It should be a shining example of the right way to do things in society. And for us, it was a little bit, if we can do this kind of here. So remember, we bank here. We need a healthy, vibrant bank. This is an extraordinary effort. We can do it elsewhere too, and help these communities where we are. And I think it's just good for society. Obviously, very good for business.